Okay, good morning. So I've had a chance to talk with almost all of you, my apologies, almost all of you about the final project, but I wanted to make a video just to make sure that we could all have the same information at the same time. So if you had a chance to meet with me, that's great. You were able to ask some specific questions. And if you haven't had a chance to meet with me, then this should pretty much give you the layout of what's happening here as the semester ends. So we haven't had any new content this week because this is conference week as well as making sure you're working on your final project. So all of the component parts have been discussed in some video or another, except for the new close reading, basically, which is very much like the old close reading, except with a different text. But other than that, I just want to make sure you're all where you want to be with this one. So if you watch the video and you have more questions, just send me an email and we'll get that right to you. But otherwise, I'm just going to jump into it and share the screen with you so you can see the final project assignment sheet. So this sheet's up on Moodle right now. So that's great. And double check it. It's there for you. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I want to make sure you know everything. Now, before I go too far, the main thing I want you to know is the due date for this is Tuesday, June 30th, starting by 5 p.m. So please make sure that you have that deadline saved somewhere, setting a reminder so that you don't forget any of this. All component parts have to be turned in. There are 4. All of them have to be turned in to receive credit for the final project. So if you're missing a piece, it will be an F. So please make sure that you're careful with that and make sure you meet your deadline. So let's walk through it very quickly. And then if you have more questions, like I said, be sure and email me. You have a close reading, 750 words. You're going to analyze a section or sections from Citizen. You can focus on imagery like we did with the first one, but you can also choose anything else you want to discuss. That includes the visual imagery, the background of it, whatever you want to do, totally fine and up to you. I am looking for 2 things. Can you analyze, cherry pick, and discuss specific moments of poetry using appropriate terminology and formatting? And the best way to be able to do all of this is to make sure you go back and watch the videos where I am enacting this and making sure that you're trying to follow up in some way with your own ideas, but using some of the same terminology and formatting. And make sure that you've understood the collection as a whole. In other words, I want to make sure that you've read the book. So that's the real component part of this one. So read the book, come up with some sections you want to talk about and analyze them in 750 words. Give me a sense that you've read the book as a whole. And you can do that with just little signal phrases, like as we saw earlier in section 2. Here's another example of blank. And what you're doing is you're just showing that you've read the book. And that's really important to me. Plus, I think it's a good book to read, especially today in today's climate. So I hope you spend some time with that one. Basically, this is just saying contact me if there's more content that I can help out with Claudia Rankin. I'd love to continue to put some more content up about her work. I don't want to step on anyone's papers, but I will probably include some more videos over the weekend just as I'm coming up with the ideas. And of course, if you have any questions, I'll happily do that as well. So some of you have turned in the annotated bib and some of you haven't. If you have turned it in, you can do a revision of it based off my comments. I'm going to be emailing those back, I'm hoping within the next 24 hours. And then you can do a revision and then put the revised edition into your final project, and that will then change the second essay grade, and you will have everything will be risen up. If you have not turned in your annotated bib as of yet, that's okay. You have until Tuesday the 30th to get it to me. And your grade will stand for both the second essay and for the final project. If you need more clarification on that, just let me know. But remember, look at the assignment sheet, watch the videos on the annotated bibliography, and I think you'll be just fine on all of that. Part 3 is a topic proposal. It's a 2-page document. It introduces us to the ideas, questions, research, and approaches for a potential research paper. So it's meant to include things like title. Well, you only have titles of poems from Citizen, but you can talk about sections of poems, the kinds of places you want us to pay attention to. What you're really saying is, I've read the book, I've looked at it closely. Here are the areas where I think we need to spend the most time, and here's why. You will also talk about your research, so it's important to mention 1 or 2 specific sources that you think are interesting and helping you better understand the book. That's up to you, what you pick and what you decide to show. You're not really doing any analysis in this, but you are presenting how you would approach it through analysis in this one. So that's there's video of that, there's assignment sheets, I'll be posting examples, so there's plenty of stuff to look at. Just follow along, make sure you introduce me to the text. Then the enumerative bibliography. This is just a series of citations that you present that link to sources or that show me sources that would help you better research this book. So it can be from any section of the book, it can be from all the sections. The most common thing is to find author information, which is completely fine, but I'm looking for you to go a little bit more in depth than that. So look to see what other ideas you can present. What does the book suggest? Again, this shows an active engagement with the text. When you think about research with the enumerative bib and the annotated bib, and just in general, think about how you would want to explore any subject that you have found to be suddenly interesting. So anything from I don't know, if you just watched an interesting show and you wanted to know who was the writer of it because you want to know if they've written anything else that's interesting, or an interesting actress whose work you want to follow up on, how, you know, you could keep digging to find more stuff to better understand that particular thing. Sorry. So it's my dog wants to get up. So that's the enumerative bib. It's just citations. It's just using Purdue OWL. That's all you have to do. You just have to generate a citation for each thing that you find. So look at the video for that one. Look at the assignment sheet, and let me know if you have any questions. And I'll be happily able to follow up with you on that. The things to consider with the text: I want you to have read the whole book. That's really important. Please do that. If you don't do that one, I think we kind of miss the point. But read the book, and I think that'll help you with everything. The analysis should should consist of specific examples, and it should help you discuss the book as a whole. The first part, the close reading, does not require any research, but if you did look something up to help you better understand it, you have to cite it appropriately. Please be careful with the citations on this one. Please don't fall into the trap of committing an act of plagiarism. Not that it's a trap, but it just happens. You can email it to me all together in one document, or you can upload it to your response journal. It doesn't matter to me. Just make sure I get it by Tuesday. And it's all weighted equally. The comments will contain grades per section, an FP grade, final project, and a final course grade. So it'll let you, by the time you turn it in and I comment it back, you'll have the grade before you see it on Bannerweb, and we can follow up as needed with any questions. So as of right now on Moodle, this has been posted, this assignment sheet. This video, of course, will be posted as well, going over it. I'm going to be working on a checklist for the final project to make sure that you can have something else to look at, and then some basically just examples of the types of assignments I'm looking for. But if there's more content you could find to be helpful, just send me an email and I'll get right on top of that. Otherwise, I wish you luck. Contact me. I'm available through email and Zoom. So if you need to work on this a little bit more one-on-one, don't hesitate to reach out. Other than that, I wish you luck. I hope you're having a good summer, and I hope that you're staying safe and staying healthy. Okay. Let me know what I can do to help.